Winter can be a hard time on your well. So today I'm going to give you some tips for keeping your pipes from freezing and showing you how we set our well up so that it can run even when the power goes out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the homestead. This is Kevin with Living Traditions Homestead. And it's winter in Missouri, which means we're having some crazy weather. The last 2 days have been in the 50s, and it's actually about 50 degrees out right now. The problem is, in about the next 3 hours, it's supposed to drop down into the teens. So I'm going to show you just a few tips to keep your pipes from freezing and to keep the water running safely to your house, even in extreme conditions. Now, when I was growing up in Wisconsin, we had a well, we had well water, but I have never seen a well house until we moved to Missouri. In Wisconsin, we had our pressure tank down in the basement, and the well was outside, but the pressure tank was down in the basement and all the pipes and everything were down there. In Missouri, we don't have a basement. So a lot of people will have their pressure tank either in their garage. If they have a basement, it may be down there. But a lot of houses, especially older houses, have a well house. The well house is simply a place where your actual well cap, your well goes down into the ground, your pump is down there, your pressure tank is inside the well house, and then all the initial pipes are in there before they run to your house. Here's a quick kind of view of what ours looks like inside. It's not real pretty, but it does a good job. It has super insulated walls so that it helps the pipes from freezing. And it does a pretty good job until it gets down into the teens or single digits. Then we have to take some extra precautions. So you can see we just had a brand new pressure tank installed in our well here. Our old one, which is about 50 years old, sprung a leak. I came out one day and the old tank, which is sitting right over here, there was just water flowing everywhere. One of the reasons I would highly recommend you have ducts on your homestead is because, honestly, I wouldn't have seen the leak in our well house nearly as quickly, except I noticed our ducks were really interested in being around the well house that day. So I came over to see what was going on, and here there was water spilling out from inside the well house, and the ducks were starting to make a big mess in it. So this tank sprung a leak, and there was just water shooting everywhere. But because the door of the well house was shut, you really couldn't see it. It was just soaking the inside of the well house. So let me show you what we did inside here to keep the pipes safe, and then I'll show you some of the other things we're doing around the homestead this time of year to make sure that things stay working the way that they're supposed to. So the first thing that I've done inside the well house is to make sure, you know, we don't have our external hoses connected when we're not using them in the winter. I just have a short hose here that I can use to fill buckets and things, and that just stays completely inside the well house where it's nice and warm. But the most important thing is to have a heat lamp inside of your well house. The heat lamp that we have is a 125 watt bulb. And I just turn this on when I know it's going to get really cold, and that keeps the temperature in here at least in the probably upper 30s, maybe lower 40s, and it keeps everything from freezing up. And this does a really good job. Now, if you're worried about forgetting to turn the light on, you can actually buy an adapter that the bulb will screw into that has a temperature sensor on it, and when it gets down, I think below 35 degrees, it'll automatically turn the light on. I don't have one of those. I really don't have a problem remembering to turn it on, mostly because I know if the pipes break, it's going to be up to me to fix them, and I don't want to have to do that. So I'm pretty good at remembering to turn the light on when I know it's going to get really cold. So that's how we keep things working well inside the well house. Let me go show you some of the precautions we take at the house itself. So in our house, we have a crawl space. And when I say crawl space, I literally mean a crawl space. It's about maybe not even 18 inches tall in most spots. So you really would have to crawl to get under the house. So I prefer not to have to go under there, so I try to make things as safe as I can over the winter, so I don't need to go down there to fix any broken pipes. So we have crawl space vents all throughout our house. We have them all the way around the house. These vents here are actually a special type of vent that we paid quite a bit extra money for, that are supposed to open and shut with the temperature. There's things behind this board that are like flaps that are supposed to automatically shut when it gets below 40 degrees. The problem is they lasted about half a winter, and after that they no longer shut. I don't know exactly what the problem was, but I can tell you they certainly don't work, and I came out one morning and all of them were wide open, even though it was down in the single digits outside. So from that time forward, I just really haven't trusted those. So what I do in the winter is I just screw a board over the top of the vent, and that will help hold some of the heat in underneath the house. Now we do have another style on our house as well that slide open and shut, and actually if I had to redo all of the vent covers on the house, those are what I would go to because I can just manually do them. You know, in the summer in Missouri, it gets really hot and humid. You want to have some airflow under the house to keep things dried out. But in the winter, it's really important to keep some of the heat trapped in there. The research that I've done has said that your crawl space under your house is typically about 20 degrees colder than it is in your house. So you should really never let the inside of your house get below about 55 degrees, and that will keep it down in the crawl space about 35 degrees. We keep the inside of our house much warmer than that because of our wood stove. It keeps things nice and toasty, and then having the covers on the vents just helps hold that heat down there, and we haven't had any trouble with frozen pipes. But there is one more thing, actually two more things that we do inside the house that I'll show you that will also just kind of an extra safe measure to keep things from freezing up. So we're in the house, in our bathroom, and I'm going to show you just a few simple tips that you can use to keep the pipes from freezing inside the house, or right underneath the house. The first tip, which is really simple, is to simply leave your cabinet doors open overnight, especially when it's going to be really, really cold. That will allow the warm air from your house to get underneath the cabinet and to help it warm up your crawl space a little bit more. So that's an easy tip. The other thing is to simply take your water and just turn it on to just a real small dribble like this, and let it run like that all night long. Just that little bit of water running through your pipes will keep them from freezing up. These are both really easy tips, easy to implement, and can save you a lot of money and a lot of hassle from freezing pipes. Now let's head outside and I'll show you what else we've done to ensure that we always have water running into the house. Freezing pipes aren't the only problem that we deal with here in Missouri in the winter, and I'm sure not in a lot of places. We get a lot of ice storms in this part of the country, and that can knock our power out for days at a time. So keeping water flowing to the house and keeping those well house pipes unfrozen is very important, and I'm going to show you what we did to solve that problem for us on our homestead. So you'll see this wire coming out of the bottom of our electrical panel here. This is out on our pole where the power runs onto our property. This wire is what feeds the entire well house. It runs the pump, it runs the heat lamp, and one outlet that are in the well house. And it's very important that if our power were to go out, that we can still run the well pump and that heat lamp if necessary. So the way that we've solved this problem is by running this cord right here, which can then plug into the generator that we have. It'll be very simple. It's a simple fix to the problem, but very effective. What we've done, now let me tell you first of all, I had a friend who's an electrician come over and hook this up for me. and he knows what he's doing. He taught me what I need to do. So if you're not experienced with electricity, especially messing around inside of a panel, I highly recommend that you consult someone who knows what they're doing. Because it's not only about keeping you safe, but if the power goes out and you start to put a generator on the line, you could actually backfeed power up into the power lines and actually injure the workers who are out trying to restore your power. So you need to know what you're doing and make sure everybody stays safe. Now that being said, the way that we've done this will keep everybody safe, and it'll keep us being able to run our pump off of our generator. So all we would need to do in the case of a power outage is come out and take this panel off. And then from this orange cord here, we've got these 2 wires running here. All I would need to do is disconnect these 2 wires from the breaker, wire nut those 2 wires to this orange cord, and then we'll be all set to run the well house off of our generator. The generator that we have would be sufficient to run our pump and the heat lamp. So you know what we would probably do is run it long enough that we could fill a bunch of jugs of water in the house. That would also during that time run the heat lamp and heat things up inside the well house. As long as we keep the well house door shut, the pipes won't freeze, and that heat will stay in there for quite a long time. That's part of the reason I wanted to set it up this way, where we don't have to have the door of the well house open while the generator is running, because that way the heat will stay inside and keep the pipes from freezing. So it's a really easy fix, but very effective and very cost effective, which is very important to us here on our homestead. So you guys, these are just a few tips for keeping things running smoothly during the winter. I know a lot of you live in places where the weather gets a lot more extreme than it does here, but these tips should help you even in more extreme environments. So if this is your first time checking out our channel, I sure hope you will hit that subscribe button before you leave. If you're one of our regular visitors, thank you so much. We're so grateful that you've come along. And until next time, you guys, thanks for stopping by the homestead. Stay warm, and God bless.